What's going on, guys? Orbital here, and today I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be doing on Battlefront 2. A requested topic is lightsaber combat and ability as I pull my block up again really quick. But we'll talk about more of that in the next clip.
They're plotting something. You're nothing.
We expected more from a Jedi Master.
Keep your sorcery away from my gear.
Identifying target.
I'm the one you're after. Give it a rest, You're welcome to surrender at any time.
No more games.
Perhaps I've misjudged the situation.
Where are they? You will not die
Target
well.
recognized.
I've seen heroes come to this. Wait for my clown.
Submit.
Jedi down. Target identified.
Stop. Then kill.
Better move back.
Already lost.
You're still good in my father.
Obliterate the enemy. You are inherited. Close.
Opponent marked.
Got an idea, but it's
Risen strong. I feel the life in you.
Identifying target.
I hope they don't try me.
Sorry, I got a little carried away, but spacing. You always want to make sure you're a distance away from the player and be able to predict their movements. Like, if I know Anakin's going to try to pull me, I'm going to hold the block and then try to bait him by dropping the block, and then when I see him try to start the animation, I block instantly. I always start to get people a lot more with that now, where I just fake them out and they waste all their abilities, especially Kylo's. I waste their abilities. They can't do anything. Another thing is to really look into what abilities work. For me, I've been playing a lot more Kylo because for some reason it seems his frenzy breaks blocks sometimes, and I'm able to get kills on people that spam block. So it's just you gotta look into what character suits you best. I play Phasma a lot more because of how hard people try to push me, and I just want to keep that spacing. I want to stay in my drone, but if they take over the space of the drone, I want to retreat and then roll back in. A good transition to rolling. For blaster heroes, sometimes you'll see me in clips where I used to make the mistake of rolling away from people, and that's fine usually. Sometimes the auto lock of like the sabers won't hit you, but you really want to try to, when someone swings at you or is trying to spam you, you want to roll into them, because for some reason the hitbox is a little weird and it won't go for some reason. So just roll into them and then roll backwards, or roll into them again and just keep juking them out, because that's your best way. Because you're honestly, I'd be lying to you if I told you could probably outrun most of the characters if you're a blaster hero. So you just want to try to roll in them and hold your ground, kind of, unless a friend comes and makes a escape for you and covers your back as you decide to run away. So you see here as these kids were not they weren't doing the smart thing. The smart thing to do when you're playing a Phasma is to pull them out of the range of an ability like the drone. But no one had the thought to do that, so I was able to sit here in the drone and make a comeback on the game. So yeah, like I said, rolling, you always want to make sure when you're in the mode of you have to escape, you mostly just want to try to roll and dodge and juke them out and kind of like fight them almost. But juke them out until a teammate can come help you, otherwise you might as well just take the L on that one. Spacing, you always want to keep distance, even as blaster heroes. You want to keep distance so you don't get pulled close. You want to know the ranges. We don't have to really know the ranges, but you have to, it's indicated by the white box that comes out when you do it or people do the ability. So you just want to always make sure you're tracking that and making sure that you know how far it could reach. It also comes to an account, they have a card that increases the range on it. So you always want to be thinking one step ahead of the player. You always want to know. Another thing with lightsaber combat, I want to say, you won't see it right now, but earlier you see it. I always try to, if someone is blocking and I'm not playing Anakin, so I don't have the block break, always try to run behind them, especially if it's a teammate. Because if a teammate, sometimes I'll be shooting at someone, my teammate will flank behind him, dash right behind him real quick, and stab him in the back because he won't be able to turn. Or if he's got my back to me, I'll start shooting him. Yeah, so if you see someone dodge, I learned this other tip from a couple people. When you see someone dodge, a lightsaber person dodge, you always want to time your dodges, especially since you only have two. You want to make sure that as soon as they dodge, you dodge with them, because if they're looking at you and they dodge forward with them or back or whatever. Or sometimes I'll turn and go behind someone and then they'll dodge backwards. I'll dodge backwards again. I'm ready to stab them in the back. So you always want to try to anticipate your players, your opponent's directions. You always want to be 2 steps, 3 steps ahead of them. And you always want to be thinking about what your next play could be for the moment. You see here, yep, Luke finally got me with a force push. But Boba was able to cover my back with a rocket barrage to force him to not push up on me, as I was able to sit here and just spam Han. I know it's kind of cheap just staying on the drone, but that's how you have to play Phasma in this game. If you're not using the drone to its full potential, and you see this Anakin kept pushing up into the drone, he got choked, and he took the L for that, because he wasn't paying attention, he wasn't using his spacing correctly. You'll see me sometimes I'll run into drones, but that's because I'm pretty confident that I can take on the person. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. But yeah, spacing, dodging, you always want to make sure you're behind your player, flanking them, because you take more damage if you get stabbed in the back, so it's always good to try to like flank around someone and go for the back. But we'll talk about the last of it in this next clip. Okay, and this mostly just leads into knowing your opponent. If your opponent is very aggressive, you want to make sure you can have a strong defense against them, or at least you're good at dodging them. Like, you'll see games where I just run trains around kids because they're not coordinating attacks together, they're not focusing too well. But there's times you'll see me where I'm rushing a person and aggressively stabbing at them, and that could be part of me getting reckless, but that's also a good way if I know the player is not used to being by themselves, if they like to group around their teammates and dick ride them, or they like to just sit around and wait for abilities. If I'm rushing up on them and they get kind of panicky, you can see they kind of get panicked, they kind of start making a lot of mistakes because they're not used to someone rushing up on them and being very aggressive. and that's one of the things with coming to know some characters. Like Kylo's a very good. That's why I always play Kylo now. He's a very good rusher, very good challenger, just pushing up on single people, just singling them out. And yeah, it's kind of hard to get especially in HEV, it's hard to get a one-on-one duel with, like I said, ability spam and all that. But if Hero Showdown, if you haven't played it, I would recommend it to get your lightsaber skills up. I love the game mode. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. Sometimes you can have some good solo matches, and then sometimes you can have some good, some good matches going on, like some ones where you just scrape kids. And then if you play with a friend, it's even better. It'll help you hone your skills. So I really recommend playing some Hero Showdown. It's always good to increase your skill. But that's the best way you're gonna get at lightsaber combat. I think practicing 1v1s is a lot better, so then you can be the person that takes on 3-4 people and can kill them all. But you have to know your character. Obi-Wan, while he has like really high lightsaber damage, he also has great defense. As you see, he runs out of stamina very slowly, so he's also a very good defensive player. So it's just all about knowing your character, knowing what your character can do, what his strengths are. For people like Kylo, Maul's a good rusher too. The only problem with Maul is this new patch. I don't know if there's a break, they broke the game or not, but he has stamina now. He can run out of stamina and not attack, but he doesn't have a block. But I've gotten a lot of good plays where people just don't expect Maul. They run up. If you just keep being aggressive, if you just keep trying to be aggressive while maintaining your stamina bar, I guarantee you will win every fight you're in, unless you get spammed by a bunch of shit. And you'll see me, I play Anakin a lot just because I enjoy Anakin, but I do use like the spammy abilities, but I don't, some games we have, like, I'll pick Finn or someone, and that's just with, getting better at the game, but you really don't need an Anakin or a Kylo Ren to win every game. As long as you practice consistently with every character, you'll get gradually better and better, and you'll be able to take on more people. It's really just all about more than, it's like, okay, so it's like you have to have like the brute force ability of just going in and attacking, but you also have to kind of be calculated about your moves. It's like this game is really casual, but it's almost like a chess game. You have to think of where you want your pieces and your pawns to go. Also, another good thing in HEV is if your teammates are kind of lacking a bit and they're chasing down a target, if you can occupy a character for an opponent for long enough, you can win a round. There's been times, there's one game, I had an Anakin and Luke just trying to attack me when I was Kylo, and I was just holding out against them, just dodging, ducking, retreating if I need help, but always keeping their attention. You always want to keep their attention if they're going to run away. You always want to keep trying to get at them so they don't get away. So then I cut off 2 people from the other 2 teammates that they need to help defend the target, and my team scores a point. So it's always about thinking one step ahead, being calculated with your moves. Obviously, if it's a fight you can't win, or if you don't feel comfortable that you can win it by yourself, just retreat. Just with Kylo, what I like to do sometimes obviously is freeze and then run away, try to get away as fast as I can. Jumping too. Jumping and swing your lightsaber, it'll give you that little bit of boost, so that's why you always see me in clips where I jump and I swing the lightsaber to get a little bit of boost. Jumping sometimes breaks breaks line of sight. Like, I know I have some games where people still hit me from the air, but jumping most of the time does break their line of sight and attack route on you, which is a good way to get out of attacks and everything. It's a pretty good maneuver. Alright, and well, that's pretty much it. Congratulations everybody, you made it to the end of my incoherent how you like to play the game. I just want to think of different strategies, collective sharing information. If you guys have a better strategy than mine, I'd like to see it in the comments below. Subscribe if you enjoyed. I try to post now every day, every other day. Try not to overflow the YouTube algorithm, but sometimes don't, it's whatever. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace.
The man who values privacy.
Target spotted.
This freaks none of us are ready.
Yes, well, this battle...
I don't think this is done. Give it a rest, why don't you?
Please, no deep disintegration of this logic.
Target recognized.
Come on in. The water's fine. I got this.
Short. I think you see him.
Containment involved.
Fate's dealt you a bad hand, friend.
Identifying target.
Fast, accurate, deadly hits.